Back for the finals. We won the die wall, and like in round one, I'm going to play first. I think this deck needs the tempo, and I think you can see from this hand. I'm not going to mulligan. It's missing the black, but if things go wrong, we can always sack this land. I don't think we can reasonably mulligan into a hand that has all three colors. And we already saw that we are playing quite a lot of islands and swamps, so maybe it's actually perfect to have the blue source here. I do have to play a little bit faster than last round. Hunting Drake should be great. And that's not a swamp. But Ancient Kavu is actually a powerhouse, so to speak, giving us a 3/3 that's almost not stoppable. Oh, I'm scared now. This looks like a domain deck that's going to drop 5 1/1s, flying 1/1s into play next turn. Or something similar. Living Airship actually is even better than Ancient Kavu. I didn't think it was possible, but I don't know about these lands. It seems like you almost never want to sacrifice them. In my deck, I think it's fine because I have Living Airship, but it might not be correct to main deck these even. And there's the Honor Guard, that's fine. So I don't have to target the Honor Guard with the Hunting Drake. That's nice. Considering that this was his strongest play, I think that Hunting Drake should give me a nice tempo advantage here. This card is so complicated. And it's really tough to play against. Of course, we didn't know if he didn't have anything good, or if he just wanted to drop the flag bearer first. But so far everything looks fine. Only that we don't have any black mana. But currently I'm not going to sacrifice the crevice. I'm going to need the mana for the demise. But I probably have to cast it on the Honor Guard, so this is a green-white gating creature that's 3/4 flash. Good thing I attacked with my flyers only. And with Agonizing Demise, the race looks kind of nice actually. Swamp would be good, but also any blue spell I could live with. I'm going to block here. The Kavu isn't really doing anything else against his board. And if it trades for this, I think that's fine. Dwarven Patrol doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever you cast a non-red spell, untap Dwarven Patrol. Okay. So I'm afraid we are on the defensive now. And we have to figure something out against the Panther. This we could drop as a blocker, but I think it's more relevant to double block the Honor Guard. This means that we can respond to any kind of trick he has by casting Agonizing Demise. If we block the Panther instead, then we don't have that luxury. So the alternative would be to just try the trade here, but I think getting the Honor Guard off the table is very crucial for this game. There's a slight chance that the Petrol isn't going to untap, and we have to take that into account. Although it's enough for him if he untaps it next turn. And it looks like he has another trick, or it's a consume strength. So he wants to have this guy get +3, +3. Okay, it's just a giant growth. We can let that resolve. Going to try to keep up with the green. I'm never sure how to do this. Now red. Okay, I don't think it matters, so yeah, whatever. I thought I had an additional mana. I didn't expect the 5-color deck to play that many tricks, but we got rid of the explosive growth early enough, and this could have been a pretty good card, so I'm actually happy the way this worked out. It also appeared to be a red spell, so this didn't untap. Okay, it does now, but that was to be expected. Now I think we do need a swamp pretty soon. Maybe a Fact or Fiction works as well. Okay, that's pretty bad. No swamp inside. And it's showing that we are quite heavily black. So the best card to get out of this pile is Stormscape Familiar, which doesn't even block anything successfully. And he even figured it out. So we can get a bunch of stuff that doesn't do anything, or a 1/1 that prevents 4 damage. Yeah, let's take the 1/1. And sadly, we have no chance to race him here. If he didn't have the Nomadic Elf, well, I think we put this on top of his library, so we could have known that he has it. But if he didn't untap this, we might have tried to race him here, attacking for 4 and then 5. But it's not going to work here, so I think we try the double block to get rid of the Panther, even though it's going to cost us the airship, and we prevent the damage by chump blocking. Not the greatest, but the alternative is to just trade the Hunting Drake for the Petrol. Yeah, that's actually... If we trade the Hunting Drake for the Petrol, then we keep the airship, but he keeps his Panther, and we can't really handle the Panther. So I think it's good for us, but I think that's our choice. If he had attacked with the Elf also, then the blocks would have been different, of course. And he drew a nice card. And that's not the best card. So we are almost dead here. We can speculate that this doesn't untap and block this, but then we go down to 1. And this is going to untap at some point, so we have to block it. Another explosive growth. Yeah. Okay. Now this time we didn't have any swamps, but I think 6 and the crevice is perfectly fine, and I probably still have to take on an island for another red if we can manage some plan. Now his deck is basically just efficient creatures, it looks like. I don't know if he played any blue creature. No, I don't think he did. So Slingshot Goblin not the best here. This is only okay, but the Lava Zombie looks kind of interesting. Maybe we need another Maggot Carrier, or this. No, this. His deck is designed to play only the most efficient stuff. I like Soulburn and Lava Zombie to an extent. And all the 1-power guys didn't really work out as well. So I could drop some 1-power guys, add this for the additional gating. So let's see if I can figure something out which involves these cards. Maybe even this. Even though I keep in all of this. It's just an efficient card, efficient creature. That seems okay. It's a nice blocker for his 3/4 flash guy. And it's not the worst card anyway, so let's see if I take on an island and add a mountain. The mana base isn't going to be good. I totally accept that at this point. And I believe to have a chance against him I need to drop the familiars, because one power just seems very bad against him. But I want all the strongest cards I can get, basically. And 2/2s are so much better than 1/1s in this matchup. I could actually see myself playing 18 lands here, but I don't really know what to take out, so question is if I'm going to have time for Quicksilver Dagger, but I'm going to try to play first and just get there, basically. Now the 4-drop is kind of full and time is running out, so if the game goes long I want the Soulburn. Dead Ringers, could be great, could be awful. Still going to keep it. I think I need some ways to get there. So I think with this setup I'm going to take out the dagger. It seems like the worst card of the bunch, just how my deck is set up to work now, and my opponent has shown that he isn't going to give me more time than he needs, playing quite well also. So let's see how this goes. We have the combo of Urborg Shambler and black creatures, but it's still a nice hand. If we draw lands, we actually have quite a nice curve. And well, if we draw blue spells and no islands, or the other way around, then we probably lose. But I don't think that this is a mulligan in this matchup. It's interesting that in modern formats, it's actually very... You have very abundant means of killing early creatures by dealing 1 or 2 damage or reducing toughness by 1, so that this doesn't happen, that I just pass my turn for 3 turns straight. Of course, this is also because... Okay, he's destroying my land. That's really bad for me. Destroy target non-basic land. I think I Agonizing Demise in response, just to do something with my mana. Also something which is just better to play in my upkeep, simply. There isn't anything I can gain from casting a spell in my upkeep that I couldn't have cast in my end step. And we didn't draw land. That's bad. No, I'm not going to drop Duskwalker here. So his mana is fixed. Kind of hoping that he drops like some 1 toughness black guys, but I'm not counting on it. Oh wow. So this is where I would want to cast this, I suppose, but I still stand by my decision to cast the Demise there. It's kind of unfortunate that he has this. and this only works on 2 different targets, so it's not going to work. Now, going to drop the Shambler and hope to draw something, but I don't even know what I can draw at this point. So these Dragon Legends are among the most powerful cards you can open in this format, and I think it's easy to see why. Especially because the mana requirements aren't that bad, considering how this works. Now this is going to get worse and worse, and I'm not even doing anything, so I don't even have a good play here. I really believe that this game is over, but I want to give him the satisfaction of beating down with a Dragon Legend, Brian Kibler style. +5, +5. No, that's really greedy. But of course I don't have anything, so that was the Invasion Planeshift Apocalypse adventure, getting sealed by this guy. I'm not going to do my regular strategic analysis. I think, considering that we didn't have a clue what we were doing, we did quite a good job, and this was unfortunate. Like I said, I don't think it's a misplay to use the demise to prevent this damage, this amount of damage, but of course it looks kind of stupid if you lose like this. So yeah, good games, and see you in 2 weeks. This is Simon Götzen, recording for MTGOacademy.com.